Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be doing Brahms' Nanny. I think it's called it. Let me check it out. Yes, Brahms' Nanny, part 3, and it is the next part of Brahms' Nanny. Now, it's been about a year since I've worked on this series, so give me a sec to collect my thoughts. But we are going to be doing where it is part 3. You were just given something in your water to help you sleep by Brahms, and now you are going to be waking up in we're or doing a time skip. I haven't fully decided yet, and we'll do both. But anyways, we are going to be continuing with that. But disclaimer: Brahms Heelshire is not Yandere in canon. This is just for fun and not to be taken seriously at all. Simping for fictional characters and yanderes is fine, and same with simping for slashers as well. Is fine as long as you're not illegal or gross about it. You know who you are. You dirty, flaky biscuits. Yanderes are not ideal partners to have in real life. Also, remember to separate fiction from reality and headcanon from canon and all that stuff. Yanderes are not ideal partners to have in real life. And that it's fine to simp for the villain slash slasher slash fictional bad guy as long as you are able to separate fiction from reality, and that you know that simping for the bad guy does not make you a bad guy as long as you don't support the bad things that they do IRL or support it in general. Like, I know that Brahms is a poop show, honestly, and not a good person. But we still can simp for him. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. Now let's get on to business. You woke up with cotton mouth. Your mouth was so dry and you were delirious. It felt like your eyes were blurry and you couldn't see. You felt a pair of arms wrapped around you, and you went to scream, but your body was too lethargic and slow, and you just groaned as if everything was going in slow motion. You try your best to roll over and eventually see yourself face to face with Brahms. He is still wearing the mask, of course, so you don't see face to face, more like face to mask. And he looks at you. He seems to have been awake this whole time. Good morning, he says in a normal voice, which soothes you and makes you feel a little bit less creeped out by him. He then sits up and stretches, and you try your best to push yourself up. He pushes you back down. No, you are going to stay here, and I will make you something to eat, he says, and he gets out of bed, leaving you there as you were still chained by the ankle to the bed. You could not. Chloe, don't even think about it. I know what you're thinking about. Down. No. Anyways, back to the and you were still chained to the bed, so you could not get out of this situation at all. You sigh and push yourself up the best as you can, so you are now in a sitting position. You have not used the bathroom yet, so you really had to use the bathroom and take a leak, which you were hoping Brahms would come back so you could do that, and you hope that he didn't do anything weird. Brahm comes shortly back with some eggs and toast. Nothing too fancy, but it was looking good. And you asked if you could use the bathroom. Brahms looks at you, tilting his head, then nodded. He slowly unlocked your chain and helped you up. Your body was too weak, so you couldn't fight against him at this point, but you just really needed to use the bathroom. You did not want to wet your boxers that you were in at this moment. You get to the bathroom, and with a Brahms supporting your side, you end up taking the leak. It was the most awkward leak that you ever took standing up. Basically, a man that was taller than you supporting you as you stand up and struggle to take a leak. You were once that was taken care of, he picked you up, bridal style, and brought you back to the bed, chaining you once more. Is this really necessary? You say, blandly, as he shackles you to the bed. For now, it is, he says. You roll your eyes at that and let him feed you breakfast because, of course, he was not going to let you feed it yourself. You didn't want him to feed you, but you had really no choice. Your hands were tied at this moment, and you were certain that you were not going to begin out anytime soon. You are fed the food, and then, as that is done, You are then allowed to be cleaned up by him, and then he sits back and looks at you. You are a very handsome man, he says, as he strokes your cheek with his one hand. I cannot wait for us to be married. Your eyes widen. What did he mean by married? You had no idea what was going on through his head, but he quickly picks up the tray that had the food and that you ate and left the room. Your head was reeling and it hurt. You will have to ask for some painkillers next. Maybe they'll be strong enough to knock you out so you don't have to deal with this bullheck. You wait for Brahms to return and ask him for the painkillers. Do you suppose I can have any painkillers? My head feels like it's gonna explode. You tell him, and he nods his head. He leaves the room once again and comes back with painkillers in an unmarked bottle. You were hesitant to take them, but even if they were to unalive you, at least you would be away from Brahms. And also, if they were knocking you out, at least you were away from Brahms and asleep. You took the painkillers, and they didn't taste weird or anything, so that was a good sign. And once you had taken the painkillers, you waited for them to kick in. They kicked in relatively fast, and you were now taken care of. Brahms sits on the bed with you and starts to stroke your cheek again. You slap his hands away. Stop that, you tell him firmly, and he grabs you by the throat, slamming you into the bed and holding you down by the throat. Do not resist me, he says firmly, and you felt fear rush through your core. He was not going to force himself on you, but the idea of his darling, your name, slapping his hand away pisses him off. He had to teach you to be a good boy, a good boyfriend, and he was going to make sure that would happen. And one day you will be his good boyfriend, and then his good lover, and then his good husband. He would make sure of it. I love you, your name, he says, and then he gets up and leaves you alone. You move a hand to your throat. You were certain you were going to have bruises as you coughed and wheezed, catching your breath. This was dangerous. You had to get out. But how? Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. I'm really happy with this one. I didn't know I was going to do this good since I've been off on hiatus for like a year, and my last one was like, ooh, noises. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see, and I will do my best to do it. Also, Patreon outro. Patreon outro. Thank you, Gav, for being my first patron. You are wonderful, beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Thank you, Gav. I appreciate you very, very much. And I hope that you all enjoyed this. If you would like to see more, you know what to do and all that good stuff. And stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye. Secret outro. One second, guys. Secret outro time, secret outro time, secret outro time. Secret outro with baseball bat. Welcome to the secret outro. And the secret outro question of the day is, if you were a man, how would you feel about someone choking you? Or if you are a female or a non-binary specimen, what would you feel like being a choke? Now, the proper choke where it's not restricting breathing, but it's just gripping you so nicely. I would like it personally. I'm a little freaky freak. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this, and if you would like to see more, comment below what you would like to see and all that good stuff, and stay sexy, all my sexy muffins. Bye bye.